Welcome to this video. This video is from the 8th group. The 8th group consists of 4 students. The first is Ninyoman Sindu Dhammapadni. Next is I'm Putu Agumawan Widya Sastrena. Next is Ciri Artaguni. And the last is Olga Christiana. In these simulations, we use narrative text as our project. You can download the RPP on the description of this video. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you. Good morning, students. Welcome back with me, Mr. Wawan.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, thank you. So before we start the lessons, let me pray together and I will guide you to pray. Please start pray. Okay, done. Okay, hello everyone. I hope you stay healthy in these pandemic situations and please stay at home and follow the protocols. And I hope you stay healthy and so you can follow our class every day with a good conditions. Okay, before we start the lesson, I want to ask you who is absent today. Anyone can help me?
Nia is sick today, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sindhu. Okay. Let's we start the lesson. Before we start the lesson, have you heard what is narrative text? Oh, it's okay. Okay, most of you don't know what is narrative text. Okay, I will explain it to you. So, narrative text is a story with complications or problematic events, and it tries to find the resolutions to solve the problems. In other words, narrative text is a story that have complications and problem on that story, and it also has resolutions like that. And the purpose of this narrative text is to entertain or to amuse the reader. Okay, the example of narrative text is Cinderella in Western. Cinderella, it also available in our country like Malin Kundang, and also there are much famous narrative texts. Okay, there are many genres of narrative text like fairy tale, mystery, and my favorite is science fictions. The characteristic of narrative text is first use past tense. Yeah, it is use past tense because it is show the past story. It is shows the past story. So when we write narrative text, we should use past tense, like what we have learned last week. Last week we already learned what is past tense, and now we will applicate those tense in narrative text, and I hope you already understand past material. The second characteristic is use adjective in noun phrase because we will define the characteristic of the character. Like she is beautiful, she is handsome, like that. And the last characteristics is use conjunctions because it is a story and it must have conjunctions. So, narrative types is really interesting and really fun for child, especially when I was childhood. My parents always told me a story, like narrative text in the night, and on that moment there is no internet connections and not everyone has smartphones. So one of entertainment that we can hear is listen a story from our parents, and it is really really fun, especially when like nyepi we should turn off all the light, we should turn off the TV, so our parents will tell us the story, especially like traditional story, and it is really really fun, and that's why we have to learn about that, so you can express what you're feeling, you can write what is on your mind, especially when maybe you want to make a story. This material is really really interesting. And yeah, like what I said before, on my era, or it's like 2010, there is no internet connection, so one of the entertainment that really interesting is heard a story from our parents, and it is really really fun. Yeah, and but today's kids don't know what is narrative text, maybe because most of children now is watch movie on YouTube, maybe Netflix, so they maybe they not impossible, but it is rarely read narrative text. And yeah, it is really really a beautiful moment. I really like that. I hope you can tell your children in the future about narrative text or a story, like a traditional story like Malin Kundang or anyone else. So there are three steps or structure from the narrative text. The first one is orientations, when the writers show what is the scene of the story, who is the characters, and who is the participants that included on the story. Next is complication. Complication is the beginning of the problems that appear on the story, and it is the most complicated part, and it is there are much of conflicts in this part, and yeah, this is the most interesting thing of this narrative text. And next is resolutions. Resolution is the ending of the problems, and there is a resolved of from what is the problem on the complications. And the last is reorientations, but it is optional. The writer can write it or not. And this part is a closing remark to the story, and yeah, it is consists of a moral lessons, advice, or teaching from the writer. Okay, in this lesson, you must prepare your smartphone. Yeah, we on this Zoom meetings, and I will share the video later. And oh yeah, in this situation, maybe not everybody has good internet connections. Maybe I will share the link on the group later. And yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Yuri. I'm here to carry on our learning process. Okay, let's get started by watching video about narrative text. Please watch it carefully and pay attention so that our learning process can run as well as we want to. This is important for you. Please prepare your note for noting the important point from the videos. Okay, let me share the screen first. Yeah, okay, done. Are you ready, everyone?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, good. I start the video, okay?
Hello everyone! Alright, today let us learn about narrative text. Well, when we talk about a narrative text, it cannot be separated from a story and a past experience. Most texts dealing to those objects, people usually call it narrative. So, what is narrative text actually? Well, it is a text focusing on specific participants and is a piece of text which tells a story with complications or problematic events with resolutions to solve the problems. Well, we can roughly say that narrative text is like someone with problems or complications which make their conditions get even worse. But then, those problems will lead them to resolutions that can make their conditions get better than before. Okay, now you know the definition of narrative text. Now let's continue to the generic structure. Here's the generic structure that all or almost all narrative texts follow. The first one is orientation. You can call it as exposition or the beginning of the story. In this part, the scene is set and the characters are introduced. That's why it is called beginning of the story. The second part is complication. In another names, it is called rising action or the middle of the story. In this part, there will be new problems which add conflicts to the story and it leads us to the climax. Wow, it will be a very great climax. The third part is resolution, or we call it the ending of the story. In this part, the conflicts are solved. Well, hopefully. We have the definitions and also the generic structure. There is another important thing that we must know related to this kind of text. It is connected to the form of language used. Yeah, it's language feature. Every kind of text in English has their own language feature as well as narrative text. There are some language features used in narrative text. It uses simple past tense. Well, you need to recall back to the beginning that narrative text tells us about past experiences, which means you must use simple past tense. Then, it uses figurative language and also progressive verb. In narrative text, we tell about series of events. That's why we must use figurative language and also progressive verb. And then, it also uses temporal conjunction because each sentence or paragraph are continuing each other. So there must be connection between those paragraphs or sentences. And also, it uses dialogues to express attitudes, personality, and also relationships. Did we miss something in this part? Because I feel that we're missing something very crucial. What is it? Of course, the function of narrative text. Since each type of text has their own purpose or function, narrative text also has one too. Well, the function or the purpose of narrative text is to tell a story of something or someone from the past events. Well, it's not only that. Its function is also to entertain the readers and or listeners. Okay, that's a narrative text. Now, get up there and read some narrative text.
Alright, the video is done. Do you have a paper that we gave before? Okay, now move to the paper. You can read the paper if you don't fully understand. You can read it for more understanding if the explanation throughout the videos is not enough. Okay? On the paper, we have a story about Cinderella. Now you have a practice more for more understanding. Don't be afraid of being wrong. We learn together here. If you make a mistake, we can fix together, okay? I give you just 10 minutes to make it. Okay, start for now. Alright, time up everyone. I think you have done it. Okay, I just go straight by giving 2 questions for you all. Okay, who did know why the story of Cinderella is a narrative text? I give plus point if you can answer it well. Okay, please speak up or raise your hands. Okay,
Can I answer?
you can answer it.
Thank you. I think Cinderella's story is a narrative text because it is based on its own understanding. Narrative text is text that focuses on specific information about telling a story. And then the story in a narrative text contains complications or problems from an incident and also resolution as a solution to the problem in it. There is coda or reorientation, but special for reorientation may or may not exist in the narrative text. In the Cinderella story, there is an orientation, complication, and resolution. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Ola. That's good. You do well. It's very clear and correct. I give you plus point in this meeting. I write your name to the list of students who can answer well. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, move to the next question. The question is, who can determine the structure of this story? I mean the story of Cinderella. Who can answer? I give you plus point. Okay. Please raise your hand.
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, Sidhu, please answer it.
And sorry if I'm wrong, but I think the story of Cinderella has the structure with orientation on the first paragraph, complication on the second and third paragraph, and resolution on the third paragraph.
Okay, thanks Sidhu. That's good answer. I give you plus point on this meeting. I think you have understood what is the narrative text well. Okay, that's all about my section. I hope my explanations can be useful for you all. Sorry if I make some mistake during the meeting. Okay, now you will move to the task. Good luck with your task.
Hello everyone, my name is Sindhu Dharmapatni, and now I will explain or I will continue the task that was explained by Mr. Chiri. So now I want all of you to make a group with your friends consists of 3 until 4 students, and I have stories here. I have narrative stories here, and I will give one story to each group here. And so go ahead, make a group with your friends.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, good. Is everyone already joining a group?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. So now I'll give each of you one story here. Has anyone already got the stories?
We already get it, Miss.
So, what I want you to do on this day is you have to rearrange this paragraph into the right one because the structure of this story is not right yet. So, you have to make the right structure in order to make a good story. Based on what Mr. Chiri have said, there are 4 structures in narrative text. And in this group work, I also want you to indicate the structure of these colored paragraphs. And also, I also want you to guess the title of the story. And because of the time limit, I only need one group to present it in front of the class. Is it clear, everyone, or are there any questions? Very good, everyone. You can start working from now, and good luck, everyone. Okay, everyone, times is up. No more working, please, and we are going to discuss it together, okay? So, I think I want Wawan's group for presented in front of the class, and let's come in front of the class, Wawan's group. Such an interesting story, Wawan, and now let's present it in front of the class. Good luck! Everyone, please give applause to Wawan's group because his presentation is very good and they did such a great job about this task and their explanation is very correct. The structure is also good. The title is correct and I can assume that they are really understand about these materials. I'm so proud of you and you guys are amazing and you can get back to your seat. So guys, thank you so much for your works on this day, and to another groups, please collect it into your class captain, and the class captain please collect it to me after this class. So guys, I want you to think about what would you do if you are the characters of the story. Like, what would you do if you are Malin Skundang? What would you do if you are Malin Skundang's mother? Let's hear it from Olga. And Olga, what would you do if you are Malin Skundang mother? Would you curse your son into a stone?
Okay, thanks for the time. If I'm the mother of Malin Kundang, I would not curse my son because we have to love our sons and we can do that because they will help us in the future. That's all about my opinion. Thank you.
Wow, that's very good and deep answer, Olga. So what about Wawan? If you are Malin Kundang, what would you do, Wawan? Would you confess the ugly and old woman as your mother?
If I am the Malin Kundang, I would not make that ugly woman curse me, because as a child we have to be proud of our parents no matter what their situation they are. If they are ugly or what, they are still our parents, and yeah, I will not do that where if I was Malin Kundang, because it was a bad 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 character. That's all for me, miss. Thank you.
Wow, such a good answer, Wawan. And thank you for all students who participate for this discussion. So now I will let my friend Miss Olga Christiana to continue our meeting today. And thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Well, students, we already learned all about narrative text, start from the definition, the generic structure, the purpose, and so on, right? But before I end this class, do you really understand about our material today?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay, good. But can anybody tell me what do you understand about the narrative text? Okay. Can I have Wawan for answer my questions? What the definition of narrative text?
Of course, miss. Narrative text is a story with complication, or what is that? Problematic events, and it tries to find the resolution to solve the problem.
Oh, good Wawan. Thank you for your answer. So next, Chiri, can you tell me and tell your friends what the purpose of the narrative text?
The purpose of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader with a story.
Wow, thank you, Chiri. Good point for you. And for the last, okay, Sindhu, can you tell me and your friends what the generic structure of the narrative text? Okay, please.
Narrative text consists of four generic structure, namely orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation or coda.
Wow, thank you, Sindhu. It's a good answer. So, guys, thank you very much. You have studied narrative text very well, and you have also compiled the wrong narrative text into a structured narrative text, right?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
Everything is clear.
Okay. Judging from the result, you did very well. You are able to compose the narrative text according to the structure. I hope you can create a narrative text for the next. And through the learning narrative text, you can improve your writing skills. You can also get more value from the narrative text. This is very useful for your life. As we know, the social function of narrative text is to amuse, entertain, and to deal with an actual or vicarious experience in different ways. It also deals with problematic events which lead to a crisis or turning point of some kind, which in turn finds a resolution. Well, I think enough for today. Any questions?
No, Miss.
Okay, I have miss. What will be learned for the next meeting?
Wow, thank you, Chiri. Good questions. So for the next meeting, we will learn about descriptive text. So please learn about the material at your home. Oh, I forget one thing, guys. I want you to make a narrative text in your at your home, and then the time is free. And the and then please submit your work in Google Classroom. Okay, is anything still unclear?
I really understand miss.
Okay, good. Well, because we start this class with pray, so we have to end this class with pray too, right? And Sindhu, can you lead your friends to pray? Okay, please.
So everyone, let's thank God for the times that He gave us to give us. So everyone, let's pray to God to thank Him about the time that He gave it to us. So pray is allowed. Dan.
Okay, thank you everybody for give your attention in my class today, and see you on the next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss. Goodbye, Miss.
Goodbye, miss. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this video and you enjoy this video. Don't forget to give a comment to this video and I hope the comment was positive. And don't forget to download the RPP on the description of this video. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye bye.